It has been a year and a month since I got hit with RHS. Okay, let's go back to when it first started. When it first started, I do realize that I did not get help in the right amount of time. I had an earache, and that was the first sign. Couldn't tell what the earache was. I went and saw somebody gave me a different antibiotic for the ear infection. Turned out it wasn't an ear infection. That was my first sign of a shingle, and then a week later I get hit. So I've missed my time. So by the time my face went paralyzed, I'd already been sitting with it. And the more time that goes on, the more damage, the more time it'll take to heal. And you're more than likely not going to heal 100%, but you'll heal around 90%. So the percentages are weird for everybody, because what does that mean? If you look at me dead on right now, hold on, let me do my resting face. You cannot really tell what's going on. If you see me in person, it's very different. You cannot tell. I can tell. I can really tell. My family can't tell. I've learned how to take pictures too. You just cock it to the side a little bit and be like, hey, how's it going? Here's my good picture. So all my pictures are now like this. And I'm okay with that, because it is what it is, right? I do get Botox for this. It's wearing off. You get it every 3 months. She Botoxed me, the last one, on my eye, close to it for the first time, to try to help keep it open from the synkinesis, but I did not like that. My vision changed and it was weird. It made it worse. And so I'm like, let's leave the eye alone. What I did find the most helpful with that is actually doing my exercises. Do I do them every day? No. Have I done them the last 3 weeks? No, and that's on me. If I were to do them, I swear this would allow me more chance to open up. I had to get my teeth fixed because the steroids ate straight through the bonding of my teeth. And I'm in the process of it, but I've got 2 crowns here that just the fake ones got put in, and then the real ones come in about a month or so. And then I had to get stuff done out here. Then I had a cavity. Oh my gosh, I don't have cavities. I'm not into sugar. And all of a sudden, I'm susceptible to cavities. So I had to get a filling down there to fix that cavity. Anyway, going on to what is going on with movement growth and things that are better. So the things that are great is, this is my biggest problem. This eyebrow likes to go straight up. If I were to massage and then exercise it, it'll go back down. So when I get Botox, what she does is puts a little bit in here, a little bit in here to kind of match these. But the problem is I'm an expressive person. So I'm going to ask her to see on the next one, because you have to work it for you, if she could just stun this one, because this one's stunned, right? Doesn't that make sense? We'll see what she says about that. She refuses to do anything here. She's like, there's a fine line. The only time she'll do anything here is if someone's in serious pain. And she's like, listen, it's a fine line. It can drop, and that's a risk that the people in pain take. Otherwise, she didn't want to touch here. And I'm like, you know what? I'm for that, because honestly, nobody can tell but me. I talk more over here. I try to learn to get my face to resting face so that I can not talk as expressive as I typically talk, to keep me in line. Because not expressive, everything's great, but I talk kind of muted down here. These guys still don't want to work. I can whistle. My eye still does do that. Again, if I did my exercises, none of that would happen. I feel it wanting to do this. That's what it feels like. See how it's going? But I can control it. Hold on. You like how I said I could control it? And I'm like that. Here's another tip, man. If you're taking a picture and someone's like, and you're trying to look at your own, don't do this and look in a camera and smile. That's really different. Get somebody to tell you a joke. For me, when I ask someone to tell me a joke, I just start laughing, because I know that they're thinking of it and they're put on the spot and it's not really helpful. Do you already see how I laughed at my own joke and my smile is different than it was when I'm like, all right, let's do a smile. Okay, that's how much smile I have. And then I tell myself a joke. Hold on, I gotta think of a joke. My kid did a knock knock joke for me and it was pretty good. Okay, but I forgot it because it didn't make sense. Knock knock, who's there? Sponge Sponge who? Sponge poop. I'm like, what? Bro, that's not a joke. Okay, anyway. So as you can tell, like as I'm, talking normally, that's what happens. I'm rambling. So the other thing is, okay, let's see. I got that going for me. I still do gua sha. That still has ways to go, and it does fix. I don't have collapsed nostril as much anymore. I stopped using the thing because I can still open it. You see how my eye's twitching though? Again, if I did my exercises, you find out where it's pulling and you legit put pressure on it to release that muscle, because it's not what you think it is. The muscle isn't pulling from up here. This muscle is taking from down here. So you want to loosen that. You can tell when you do things that make it go. That makes it go for me. So find out where it is. Where is it pulling from? I can feel it pulling here. I feel it up here. So what I would do is I would put pressure here. And then knowing that this is connected to up there, I come in here and then I do exercises here. It's important to go in deep so that you can feel how meaty, I hate that word for it because it's so descriptive and weird, but it's meaty. You can feel the difference between both sides. Not meaty, meaty. So you want to write down that meat. It's the truth. So in order to write down that meat, it's less. I can feel it. If I did it more, it'd be more. But it's really hard for me. I get anxiety from it because I'm like, I gotta hold that forever. So I have to walk around. But by the time I think of it, I'm in bed trying to do this in bed, and it's just whatever. So anyway, my blinking, it's really interesting because I game and I see myself when I'm gaming. I still film myself when I game. And I can see myself. And I'm the only one that can notice this. But one of my eyes blinks slower than the other. And it sucks because it's like I'm aware that the camera is on me to where I had to move it to the side so that I don't feel like it's getting my wrong side. Because if I talk like this, I feel normal and it makes me feel better, right? Why do that to yourself? If I put it here and I have to watch myself and edit myself, it's awful because, it is what it is, but I don't want to see it. So as long as it's here, nobody can tell the difference. I talk to a lot of people. No one can tell the difference. I also still have something called hormonal vertigo. I thought it went away for a really long time, but this last period hit and I got vertigo. But it also hit at the same time the weather dropped. And so I thought it was that. And then my period stopped, but the weather was still there. And then all of a sudden, the vertigo went away. But it lasted like 3 days of hardcore vertigo that Dramamine wasn't touching. So that was fun. Just knowing that it's there and allowing myself the opportunity to rest is healing. It's fine, right? I'm at the point where I'm like, it's fine. I'm not asking why this happened to me anymore. I'm just going. This is what we do. This is how we are now. It's a new person. It's a new self. And the new self is more chill and more forgiving of myself, which is amazing because I didn't have that before. I just run myself into the ground. Now I'm like, no, I don't want that shingle tingle. Don't want it at all. Speaking of shingle tingle, I got my first shingles shot. I'm gonna say at 9 months, and then I got my second one at 12 months, and I was fully like covered for it. It's like, it's not gonna make it go away, but it'll lessen it. And that peace of mind alone for me was amazing because anytime I did anything, like started working on this, the panic, like I'm 2 shingle shots deep and I'm protected. And if something happens, I had a serious anxiety attack on the chair and I started shaking and I'm like, I don't want this again. I don't want this again. I don't want this again. Because the last time around this time happened, I had some tooth work happen and it just like, I don't want this again. I can't do this again. I don't want this again. And I just had to remind myself to calm down. If it happens, it happens. You can't just shut down life because of that fear and anxiety, doing everything I can to stay chill. And I did. I still become very affected when I'm stressed, but I carry around my gua sha that has heat and it has massage, and it does a really good job. I also tell people that if I'm using it, it means I'm stressed. So I'll straight whip it out when Eddie's talking to me, and I'm like, he's like, am I stressing you out? I'm like, no, why would you think that? Look, I hate it when people don't answer my questions. Just answer the question. Don't try to figure out what I'm doing and solve it a different way. Just answer the question. Anyway, I digress. So, my humor is still here. We have a lot of fun. Everything's great. So, I have more healing to do. I'll check back in what, like 18 months? People are saying that they had another like bit of healing. I have a 2-year mark. People are saying that they also had some more healing, but not too bad at 11 months. No one can tell. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to say. You know what came out so weird? I have this tapping thing that I can hear in there again after the vertigo happened. It just is what it is, but it's crazy. Every now and again, I'm like, guys, y'all hear that? I'm like, I hear it. Okay, so not so bad. 11 months deep, not so bad. It's fine. It's great. My energy's back, which is awesome. No more ADHD meds. Dude, I need to add this in here. I was taking my ADHD meds, and you know what? We're going the au naturel route because I would get instant stress from my ADHD meds. This is what it feels like when the stress happens. It feels like this. And then you start feeling like Quasimodo, legit. Like, I'm like, I feel like Quasimodo. I feel ugly. I feel this. I feel that. I look at Eddie. He's like, but you look great. You don't. It's just in your head. I'm like, shut up. It's in your head. But after I stopped the meds, because, you know, they just make everything tight. Then after I stopped the meds, like, I chilled out a lot more, too. So that was a positive thing one way or another. But, yeah, things are looking good still. Still got room to grow. I don't mind being in front of a camera as much anymore, and just working my way around a lens and learning how to smile for photos to where I'm not like having people take 20 photos. I just go to the side and go, or go to the side and go. If I go like this, I look in this and it doesn't look bad right now, but I go and look at this later, and in my mind, I see my whole face like this, and I'm like, this is awful. If I go like this, it looks like I'm judging. I'm not judging. Yeah, it looks like I'm judging. Same smile. Ready? Oh my, isn't that so nuts? What in the world happened to me? Anyway, I'm doing fine. Everything's fine. If you're watching this and you're on your own journey, hang in there. Everybody has a different journey, but we all come to a point where things start to smooth out. You'll start blinking again. You'll start getting movement, even though, you know, I don't have much movement on that side, and my Botox should have worn out by now. So, anyway, it'll be fine. Everything's fine. Just take it in stride. And, oh, here's the other thing. Worst pill to swallow at the beginning was relax. That's really hard to do, especially when you're pumped full of steroids and you have ADHD. There's no relaxing. I didn't relax. I couldn't relax. I couldn't physically do it. There was drugs in me that wouldn't allow that. And after that was said and done, I slept a lot, which was awesome, but I also felt like crap about it. So you have to give yourself that grace and allow yourself to rest, because there's literally nothing you can do. Plain and simple. Simplified. I mean, you can do stuff. You can add supplements. You can do massages, but nothing's going to fast forward your paralysis. The amount of damage that happened will give you a timeline if you can figure out what that timeline is, and it's different for everybody. If you're going to get fully healed or not is up in the air, and you have to be okay with that, because it just is, right? Just no more questioning. It just is. Just move forward day by day. You'll be fine. At the end of the day, you got your life. You got your life. And so we make this work for us and we move forward. Right? Right. And we look to each other for help and support and love and hugs and laughs. For me, laughs. Laughs help me a whole lot. And not looking in a mirror for a while helped me a whole lot. But as far as now, I feel great. I feel like I look good, you know? I look great. As long as I smile this way. Dude, this is what happens when I don't have my meds. I'm like blabbering on about who knows what. Okay, anyway, I'll see you in like 6 months or something. Bye.